Hey guys, this is Robert Dailey with Dailey Woodworks and the Recreational Woodworker.com, where we help you build great furniture. I have done, I think, 2 video series on making drawer boxes with either side mount or under mount ball bearing slides. I personally prefer the Bloom or Blum, I don't know the proper way to say that because I've only ever read it, drawer slides, the undermount drawer slides. I think they provide a superior fit and finish. It's a cleaner look. They're easier to adjust. Just lots of pros there. The problem is, thanks to the egregious mismanagement of our federal government and supply chain issues around the world, we can't get those right now. Like, I'm 6 to 8 weeks out on a back order, which is quite frustrating that, one, none of those things are made here in America, and two, due to supply chain issues around the world, we can't get those. So now I'm left either, one, providing my customers with a lower quality side mount drawer slide, which they're okay, but they're fiddly, they break super easy if you don't adjust them perfectly right, those things. So I'm going to go back to shop-made wood drawer slides to provide for my custom furniture pieces. One reason I'm doing that is because I have quite a few antique furniture pieces in my house, all of which have wood drawer slides and all of which still function. So we're looking at 80, 90-year-old pieces, some over 100 years old, that are still functioning nearly perfectly. Some have been slightly adjusted over the years. And two, from the wood drawer slides I've seen that are well made, they function beautifully. They slide smooth, they work smooth. On my truck drawer that I did underneath the seat of my truck a few weeks ago, that I just did on wood drawer slides for that same reason. No hardware is necessary. I don't have to wait on a back order. If I can get wood, I can make my drawer slides. So let me show you what we have here. This is my current project. This is what we are calling a cat credenza. It's going to go in our customer's foyer. So this piece is going to have 2 doors here, a pass-through for the cat here, the litter box is going to go there, and then we're going to have 2 drawers of different sizes right there. And that's what I'm going to use to make my wood mount drawer slides. So we've got it made, we've got it sanded. I still need to attach my back, which is right there. I'm going to get that done, and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to make the carriage for these drawers. Alright, I've got my back on. That was kind of the last thing I needed to do before I can really work on our drawer carriage. So I think I've showed this in other ones. Whenever I build traditional kitchen cabinets, I like to keep the inside flush. That just makes everything easier. But here I'm going to have to make a carriage to hold the drawer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically make a U shape out of some scrap plywood. And then it's going to be pocket screwed into here. Pocket screwed into there, and then just screwed into there from the back or from the front so the screws don't poke through the 1/2-inch plywood backer. That's another reason I like using 1/2-inch plywood backers, is you have just enough meat there to add bracing if you need to. With 1/4 inch, it's just too thin in my opinion. So what I'm going to do is, typically I just do like a little 3-inch brace going around like that, just big enough for the drawer slide hardware. This time I'm going the full width of my opening. Now you could do this other ways if you're doing a larger cabinet, so this is just how I'm doing it because all I have is this 5-inch drawer. If you did bigger drawers, you could use the bracing from one to act as your top bracing from the other and just have a shorter guy. So in this instance, I'm just going to go all the way up. So I'm going to have a 5-inch board that's going to make my U shape going around. On the top and bottom, I'm going to put a 1.5-inch hardwood cleat to basically make a big C shape. So it's going to come like this, and I'll just make Devin mad. So I'm going to have a 1.5-inch runner right there. That's going to keep the drawer from tipping. On the bottom, I'll have a 1.5-inch runner there. And then my side piece, which will keep it from going right to left, will be a 3/4 inch piece here This will just get glued and nailed on right there. It'll get glued and nailed on right here. Here it'll have pocket screws holding it into place. So let's get that made. Whoops, sorry about the focus. Let's get that made and we'll see how it does. Alright guys, I got my carriage started. It's not finished yet, but I wanted to show you how to measure it. Your side pieces go the full depth. So whatever it is from the inside corner right here to the back of your cabinet, inside corner to the back of your cabinet, that's your depth. This spreader that goes across the center, you can see how that's full length front to back. This is the exact opening of your drawer front. That way whenever you put it in here and line it up, it'll sit just like that when you're done. And you'll notice I just put pocket screws in here, that way I can easily attach it. But I'm not done yet. I still have a few things to do to make sure this stays square. It's very, very important, especially for wood drawer slides, that you're perfectly square. Alright, so I've added this small board right here. This basically acts to keep my carriage nice and rigid, nice and square. It's going to go on the bottom, so it's going to sit like this. And I do this even on side mount and under mount drawers because it just makes this carriage nice and square, especially when you don't have cabinet sides or cabinet body to really brace off of. And if you know a better way of doing this, link to your video in the comments, or tell me in the comments, because I'm all about making this better. I'm doing this kind of out of necessity because I can't do my normal thing. So now I've got some nice beech hardwood runners that I'm going to glue and nail right here. Now this isn't going to be a 400-pound drawer. It's going to be, I'm building it to the use scenario that it's being built to. Obviously, it'd probably be better if I dadoed this in or something right there for super strength. But for our purposes here, glue and nails once set up is going to be stronger and put more weight than the drawer itself will break before the slides will. As you attach the carriage, you can see I put 3 pocket screws in there. I'm going to use all 3, but you want to make sure you're flush with this edge. And then right here, let me get in where you can see it. You can see I'm just ever so slightly above this rail. If you're below that rail, then this entire slide becomes useless. So really just enough to catch my fingernail on is all I really need. And then you definitely don't want to get paints or anything on your runner. Alright, I've got my carriage mounted right here. You can see I've still got some very minor play right there. It's very important that you get it square, and I would say square with this front. Check in here, I'm square. Checking on the sides, I'm square. Actually right there I need to come over just a little bit, about like that. You can see it moving. Got a phone call, forgot where I was at in this. Alright, so you want to make sure all this is nice and square. That's kind of the most critical thing you can do, is square this way and then square this way. So that's what I'm going to do. It's hard to show on camera getting it square, but I'm going to make sure that I've squared it as much as I can. And then I'm going to tack down this back section with just some shorter screws. And then if I ever have to adjust it, I can. Okay, I got it screwed in. It's nice and square. So here's what I did. I started here, made sure I was square this way, and then I angled my screw where it would pull it the direction I needed to go. So I needed it to come up and in a little bit, so I angled my screw like that, and it pulled it over just a little bit, but that's all I needed. Same thing here, is I needed this one to just come up just a scooch, so I just angled my screw over and pulled it up a little bit, and that got it perfect. You could overdo that, obviously, but the reason I screwed this instead of nailed it was because if I got this wrong, I can just pull this out, put another screw hole in. This is never going to get seen because a drawer is going to be right on top of it. Now we need to build our drawer. Now, typically with side mount drawer slides, you want your drawer to be 1 inch narrower than your width and about a 1/2 inch shorter. With under mounts, you want it to be about a 1/2 inch narrower than your opening and about 1 inch shorter because of the slides. This time I'm going to go for being 1/8 of an inch narrower and 1/8 of an inch shorter.
I wanted to make a quick correction on that fit before you get too far along if you're following this video along. What I found works best through this experiment is for your final drawer size to be exactly 1/16 of an inch smaller than your opening. What I ended up doing is my width is a 1/16 inch narrower than the opening. My height is about 3/16 shorter, and then I'm adding 1/8 of an inch hardwood runner to finish up the drawer.
Just so that way it's a nice tight fit. I've got a 1/16 all the way around. And yes, it's going to wiggle a little bit in there. I've seen really master craftsmen do almost like a piston fit, where whenever they close it, it's such a nice, tight, smooth fit. It just like will honestly start popping out the other drawers from the air pressure they create, which is awesome. I'd love to get to that level, but we all start somewhere, and this is my first wood drawer slide attempt. Do want to tell you I did change what I said earlier. I decided to put this side up. That way I had an unobstructed slide right there. Only difference. We have our drawer made, and I don't have my bottom in it yet. You can see no bottom yet. I'm just kind of test fitting, see how everything aligns. What I did was I went 1/8 of an inch down and then 3/16 narrower because my edge banding adds a little bit, but it didn't add as much as I thought it would. So realistically, it looks like I need to make this a solid 1/16 shorter and narrower than my opening. So that's going to be a very precise measurement, because while it works, you can see it drops a lot. I don't like that. And it's got a lot of slop going in. So what I'm going to do to correct this is I'm going to add a little bit of beech on the bottom to actually act as a hardwood runner right there. And then I'll probably do some type of small little shim on the sides here, just to, well, the sides I might not do anything on, honestly. But I'll definitely want to close that gap here so that when it's opened, it doesn't sag. So that's a mistake I made, and I just figured I would show you the mistake and show you how I'm going to fix it. And then the other drawer, I'll have to do the same runner on the bottom because I already ripped all my boards. That's why you should do one-piece flow, is because then you don't have to remake everything.
That's my fault. That's my fault.
I
followed him right after,
Yeah.
but you know.
It's not really his fault, but I'm going to let him take the blame for it.
But you can see it's not sagging too bad once you're like this far out, but we definitely don't want that much. And then when you get this far out, it's sagging a lot. With a smaller gap holding it, it'll hold it a little bit more level, make a nice tighter fit, and make it feel a little bit better quality. So we're going to add a runner on the bottom, figure out something for the width to kind of close that gap a little bit, and then we should have a nice drawer. It does close well. It's nice and square in there, so that's good, but little tweaks as you design a new method of doing things. Continuous improvement. So correction of 1/16 narrower, 1/16 shorter than your opening for wood drawer slides. The 1/8 was just too much. So what we did is I added an 1/8 runner right here, hardwood runner, which you probably need to do anyway. And that solves our height problem. And then I had to go back and put a small little spacer right here. Again, I'm doing overlay drawer fronts, so that's a pretty easy fix. It's not going to be seen, and it's just getting that final fitment right. But now it'll open. It still falls when you get it that far out, but any wood drawer slide is going to be, but it closes nice and smooth, which is what we want. Once we sand everything, wax it well, it's going to be nice. All right, so I'm still working on this. I have it laying down flat right now. I added my guides on the bottom. I think I'm still going to do this regardless. That has my up and down about where I want it, but it's still a little bit looser than I think I would like altogether. On the side, I did add this little spacer right here to close the gap. So I still have a little bit more than a 16th, not quite an 8th. So like 3/32, which I still think is too much. I think a 16th is all you want. So I realized part of my problem was, one, I went with an 1/8 inch wide or 1/8 inch gap, but I mistakenly took my plywood and called it 1.5 inches. It's less than that. It's about a 30 smaller, but we're working precise enough where that matters. So altogether, 2 of these boards add up to 1 inch and 7/16. And I didn't account for that extra 16th. So now, whenever I go through and do all this, I need to account for that and then try to get this second drawer to be a little bit tighter fit. So we're going to try that and see what we come up with. Okay guys, so I have this done and the final recommended measurements are a 16th shorter and a 16th narrower than your opening. I think that's what works. What I did here, because I like using plywood drawer boxes just because we have a lot of plywood scrap, is I made it 3/16 shorter and then added an 1/8 of an inch strip on the bottom right here, little hardwood runner. Can I get it back in there? There we go. Little hardwood runner, and that basically figures out space. So this is not a full extension, so it opens up about more than 3/4. It's nice and strong. It's really nice and stout. I'm going to figure out some type of stop to keep it from overextending and falling out unless you want it to. So you can come almost full extension. It does sag a little bit, but it also supports itself pretty well. With a little bit of paste wax, you can see this guy comes out and goes pretty well. This one's a little bit too wide. I had a little bit too much of a gap there, but it's pretty smooth. I think I can do better over time. This one turned out pretty good. I don't have it waxed yet, but this one I got a lot good and tight, a little bit tighter on there. And so that hasn't been waxed yet either, but it does close nice and smooth. Once you get some wax on there, it's going to close even better. So a 16th, a tight 16th, narrower and shorter is what you want to do for your wood drawers. All right, and here you can see how the carriage is set up right here. You've got just a little bit of a gap, almost touching, so a little bit less than a 16th. And here I have a little bit more than a 16th. So definitely go with that tighter fit. And then once everything's nice and waxed, it will open and close very smoothly.
This is kind of like that we need to make a candy drawer.
A candy drawer?
Yeah.
Okay. So now it's time to get this finished. We're going to paint the body, clear coat our drawers, and then come back and show you the finished project with our drawer fronts. We're going to use 1/2 inch overlay drawer fronts, and we haven't picked hardware yet. So we still got to pick our hardware. Overall, I'm happy. I feel like I can do better. I think I'm going to keep trying to dial this in a little bit better, see if I can get a little bit better fit. And we'll just keep improving this since it's too hard to... Hush, baby. Hush, baby. And keep refining that so we get like a really nice fit. I feel like this is good. This is on par with some really nice antique furniture I've found. But I've seen that piston fit that some guys do, and I wanna get to that level.
Here's the finished project. Thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.